Hey guys, this is Travis, and today I was going to talk. I was going to talk about something else, completely different until something came. I found something on Facebook that I felt needed to be addressed. Um, I was originally going to talk about the problem I have with the government of Newfoundland and Labrador, talking about how, you know, literally you've got gurneys of patients in the middle of the hallways in our hospitals, and you've got justice system. There is no justice system left in Newfoundland if they're willing to let sex offenders go after 14 months behind bars. I mean, that just ain't going to work. But I'll talk about the failure of our government later on. Recently, last Thursday on Impact Wrestling, Christy Hemme, who was announcing the show, botched an announcement on national TV. In a tag team match, it was supposed to be Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian against Austin Aries and Bobby Roode. Now, Austin Aries, where Christy Hemme introduced Daniels and Kazarian first. The problem was, when the music hit, it was Bobby Roode and Austin Aries that came out, and Christy Hemme mistakenly thought that Austin Aries and Bobby Roode were, in fact, Bad Influence. Austin Aries didn't like this, so he immediately got into the ring, pushed Christy Hemme into the corner, intimidated her, forced her to say the announcement correctly, then kept her in the corner, got up on the second rope, and pretty much sexually harassed her by waving his crotch in her face. I find this personally, and now I find out that Austin Aries is going to be disciplined for the action. Now, I find this completely rational. I think Austin Aries should be disciplined. In fact, for his discipline, in my personal opinion, anything like that on a ring announcer, whether it be man or woman or child, which, forget I said child, and what the hell a kid's doing in the ring, I have no idea. But I think Austin Aries should be fined and suspended, and to make a public apology to Christy Hemme for what he did. Now, I've been in the wrestling business since I was 16. I've been a ring announcer since I was 16, and I'm 24 now, and I have time and time and time again have made bad botches when it comes to announcements. The last show I ever did, I announced a tag team of Blood Money, which was Sheik Aziz and Hellraiser Justin Locke at CEW Outrage. Now, what happened with me was I was extremely sick that day. Before the show, I made this announcement before. Before the show, I was not feeling myself. I introduced, instead of Sheik Aziz and Justin Locke, I just said Sheik Aziz and Blood Money, and time went on. I got more and more sick, and because of what I was feeling, I had a seizure in the middle of the ring, and I pretty much acted out. That's why CEW, one of the main reasons why CEW let me go. But the thing is, I've done many botches, and sometimes the wrestlers didn't appreciate that, and they would either push me or anything like that. The fact of the matter is, no wrestler has the right to lay their hands on an announcer, whether it be commentator, whether it be ring announcer. It doesn't matter, because I've been an announcer, working my way to a commentator, and working my way up through the ranks, so to speak, and have been trying to earn my stripes in the wrestling business ever since I got in it back in 2005, 2006. And the fact is that Austin Aries did this to Christy Hemme. I find it very disgusting, I find it very unprofessional, and I find it very disturbing. The fact that he would take it upon himself, even though it was national TV. The fact of the matter is, I'll be first to admit, Christy Hemme is not the best announcer in the world. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for an injury that she sustained, she still would be in the ring. Personally, if I had my way, and if I thought that Jeremy Borash was a 10-time better announcer than Christy Hemme was on the TV. But just like Lillian Garcia in the WWE, Christy Hemme is a good-looking girl. And when you got a good-looking girl, it doesn't matter if she's a good announcer or a bad announcer. You're going to put her on the TV so the guys can look in, so the guys and the lesbians, excuse me, but it's the truth, and the bisexuals will tune in to watch Impact Wrestling. Now, don't get me wrong. I find that Christy Hemme is a very talented. She was a very talented. She's a former Divas champion, or Divas contest, whatever the bloody hell that was back in the day. I found her to be very. I found her to be very good and a very good backstage interviewer. As an announcer, she's not the best. I'll admit that. And we all got things to work on. But the thing is with TNA is some of the theme music that they have for the walkout of the wrestlers, they're generally the same. At first, when Bobby Roode and Austin Aries came out, and she said bad influence, I thought it was bad influence because the music for them and Austin Aries is generally the same. Because there's not a lot of lyric. There's only a couple of songs that I can think of at the top of my head that have lyrics. AJ Styles, Aces and Eights, which they've gone back to lyrical now. Gail Kim. Taryn Terrell. And a few others I can't think of it at the top of my head. But the fact is that Christy Hemme made an honest mistake. She made an honest mistake. She doesn't do the whole full introduction. She only says where they're from, no wait, and then the announcement. And the fact is, she made an honest mistake. And the fact that Austin Aries did such, in my opinion, such a despicable act towards an announcer and towards a female, I think that Austin Aries has been known to be a bit of a douchebag. He's been known to be that. And when he was a trainer in Ring of Honor, he has been known to be a bit of a bully. And a lot of people said, you know, if I ever had the chance to meet Austin Aries, same thing with another wrestler, if I had the chance to meet him, I just turn around and walk away, because Austin Aries is not worth your time to even go up and shake his hand, because he's a bully towards fans, and he's a bully towards the kids that he's trained, and he's a bully towards certain other people. And to a number of wrestlers like Colt Cabana, who I talked about, said that Austin and a couple other ones, they said that when they met Austin Aries, he said he was a bit of a douchebag. But the fact is that Austin Aries did this on national TV, bullying Christy Hemme, intimidated her, and I don't care if it was in character or not. Maybe he got carried away, or maybe he was just acting out because he was upset that the announcement was wrong. The fact is, Christy Hemme made an honest mistake, and unfortunately, this is the treatment that she got. And in my opinion, I think Austin Aries should be fined, suspended, and to be made a public apology to Christy Hemme. And listen, if TNA has to rewrite a couple storylines to get Austin Aries out of there, that's just a minor headache to make sure that this guy does not do it again. Nobody has the right to lay their hands on an announcer. I don't give a damn who you are. You could be the world champion, you could be the boss of the company. It does not matter. Storyline, in character, out character, kayfabe, not kayfabe, it doesn't matter. You don't lay your hands on an announcer, and you don't do what you do to a female like that, because that's the sign of a scumbag, in my opinion. And like I said, Austin Aries should be fined, should be suspended, and made a public apology on TV before he serves his punishment. So, I'm out. That's what I got to say about that. And next time when I come on, I'll probably... You know what, I'm not even going to talk about the government and the way they're handling things these days. But the fact of the matter is, in the story, Austin Aries should be punished, fined, suspended, and made a public apology. You never lay your hand on an announcer. I'm Travis Walsh, and that's the way it is.